everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to do a journey into the full moon energy and see what the wisdom is for all of us today. So, all right, I'm going to relax and let's see what comes up, shall we? Okay. October full moon. So I'm going through a patch of really dense energy. When you're walking through density, it's not necessarily easy to move through it. I mean, you gotta really put some strength and some effort into each step, okay? I hear a bunch of questions. Am I on the right path? If my path is this difficult, then I must be in the wrong direction, going in the wrong direction. Maybe I need to look in a different direction than this one. But the full moon energy is basically saying just because your path is dense and is a little bit difficult to travel doesn't mean you're not on the right path. It's just part of the strength building. It's part of the growth process of that path. It's not a sign. It's actually just time for you to continue to work through it with a little bit more effort involved. I see myself in a really dense forest now, and the trees are dark and tall. And believe it or not, I feel a bit of a sanctuary in this energy because I'm so surrounded by nature. Even if it's nature in the dark, it's still something safe about the energy. So I'm just sitting down now in a circle of trees. And these trees become spirit guides. And I confess everything that I'm feeling and that I'm worried about, all the ways I don't believe in myself. I mean, it's all about the resistance energy and getting it out of yourself and talking about it. And in this way, you're sharing it with consciousness that is really caring, that is really listening, that is there for you. Whether you can feel it physically or not, when you actually slow down and just experience love is there listening, and then express to that love in the silent air what you're going through and have a very long drawn out conversation, it can be very revitalizing. Even to speak it out loud, like talk to yourself about it, but you're not. In this scene, I'm talking to, it is like 8 really massive trees in the dark. But I feel comforted. And the comfort is starting to relax me and ask me to just rest. It's guiding me into a sleep state. And I hear on the inside how, when will I wake up and it will be a good day? Like every day a good day. Only sometimes is it hard. All the time it feels so freeing. It's kind of that type of thought as I fall asleep. My guides are talking about how to know when you're able to trust energy that you're connecting with. So if you don't know for sure who's listening, you might feel uncomfortable about expressing yourself, about falling asleep with the surrounding energies that's listening in. And you can tell because you're choosing the energies that you're communicating with. You're choosing them by feeling what love feels like inside your heart. Like a best friend that you haven't seen in 20 years or something finally shows up into your life again, and it's pretty neat. It's a neat scenario. And there's this catching up event. And you just start spilling your beans, and it's wonderful, you know? That's what this is like. You choose to have that interaction. You choose who you want to interact with in the energy world. So when you feel comforted, you're choosing beings, consciousness that allow you, give you permission to feel comfortable with them. Because that is what you want. You want beings that you feel comforted by. So you can define them as names, or you can just feel the sensation of what that comfort reminds you of through a feeling, okay? I'm going to talk to some beings that remind me of, I don't know, a hot coffee on a cold winter's day. And it's just me in my own world, and I just feel like there's no responsibility in this moment but for me to just sip this coffee in a warm house. When I look outside, it's cold and I'm warm, you know. It's a good feeling, you know, it's a safe feeling. And so when you tap into that feeling, you consciously choose, you energetically choose your social buddies in the energy world. And there's nobody else there but these beings that you're choosing to communicate with. There's another thing they're wanting to talk about. So some people have a confidence. They just know that they're speaking to beings of love and light, okay? And other people feel like they are but aren't sure. And so even through practice, still feel vulnerable, still feel uncomfortable. Eventually, you're going to have to own it. Eventually, you're going to have to say, I'm going to let this discomfort release from my body with these beautiful beings, because I know that I'm surrounded by beautiful beings, and anything else is what I'm trying to release from my body. It doesn't mean there's a being that is making me uncomfortable there. It just means that it's time for me to let this go and trust in the love that exists around me. And so they're showing me this experience too. Allowing yourself to rest in the love of all and release the insecurities that linger. It's okay. It's safe. It's not necessarily about the physical reality. It could be about the energetic reality. It's like a kid that goes to bed is afraid of the dark. What are they picking up on? How do you teach a child how to feel safe in the dark? Eventually, they're going to have to let it go and trust in the safety and security that exists there, because it does exist there. Eventually, you have to make a choice to feel safe. You have to make a choice to feel safe. Now they're paralleling this with our physical day-to-day life. You're going to have to make a choice to feel safe in the conflicts that are going on, that degrade you, that shame you, that you can't get out from under the foot of it. You just simply don't know what to do. You simply just don't know how to make a decision right now. These are all discomforts, right, that we can feel safe. I don't know what to do right now, so I'm not making a decision. I'm going to feel safe that I'm in a place in my life where I'm not ready to make that decision. And don't feel like you need to put yourself down, or you're missing something, or you need more support in order to see it. You can trust that you see everything clearly, and that it's just not time yet. And then just allow yourself to enjoy the time as it is. You know what I mean? They're really wanting to emphasize a message of safety and security. I feel safe in the moment that I am in. I feel safe with these conflicts. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to do this, okay? So any specific conflicts that I have in my life, I'm gonna feel how those make me feel, okay? Conflicts usually don't make us feel very good. And we can say, I'm just going to be bright in this scenario, and I'm just going to keep being bright. Or we can say, realistically, I feel this way about what I'm going through, and it makes me want to cry. Now we're getting into the raw, real thick of it. Now, once we feel the raw, real thick of it, we can feel safe, all right? And the experiences and the lessons that we're going through. Once we feel honest, emotionally honest, then we feel safe in our feelings. Then we feel genuinely better. Genuinely better. Not because we're trying to be positive, but because we feel safe in the experience, we feel genuinely better, okay? Genuinely better. So now it's not about life trying to reach a day-to-day good day, and when everything feels great every day, and if that could ever happen, it's just being honest with the way that we feel in each moment. And there's some of these moments are prolonged for years, and some of them are short-lived. But if we take the time to actually go through the day that we experienced and feel what worked for us and what didn't, talk about what we're proud of genuinely by feeling our relationship with our life, it starts to not be about right or wrong or good or bad. It's just about living, you know? Living in a way that's genuinely raw and honest with yourself and with the world around you. And that is a good feeling. To be genuine, to be honest with yourself and your reality, that is a good feeling. That is not a lie. That is not a manipulation of the truth. That is not trying to make it something it's not. It's just allowing it to be what it is and feeling safe in the experience and just feeling a genuine relationship with it without feeling destroyed by it, resisting it, embracing it instead, just naturally, as part of life, as part of living. All right. That's the message I have to share. That's a darn good full moon message. Darn good message. Do you guys get it? Do you guys relate to it? You guys going through anything that makes you uncomfortable? Maybe you're avoiding a phone call, or you're avoiding that person, you're avoiding this aspect of your job. And really what you need to do is just take a time out with yourself and actually just be honest with the way it makes you feel, and talk to the love that is there listening as though it is your best friend of all time, because it is. And cry if you need to cry, and get angry if you need to get angry, and feel hopeless, feel powerless, feel avoidance, feel all these resistances, until you just know you can be silent and quiet and rested. It'll help you breathe. And the goal is to feel safe in the experiences that you're having. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your love and support here of each other, of my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.